Welcome, everyone. We are going to get started in just 30 seconds. Thank you so much. Do me a quick favor in the questions box. The questions box on the right-hand side is where we will be interacting throughout this session today. In the questions box, please put your name, location, and profession. So name, location, profession. My name is Michael J. Mayer. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, getting ready to fly to Kansas City. And my profession is I'm the author of 7L, the 7 Levels of Communication, and the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents. And I'm the CEO of a company called ReferCo. So name, location, profession, and we will get started in just a few seconds. Very excited to get started today. Very good session. Very powerful way to start. And at the end of this, you will get referrals guaranteed. Can't wait. Good morning, Kath Williams. Sherry McGuire's in the house from Maple Grove, Minnesota. She's a realtor. Monique Harps is in the house from Norfolk, Virginia. She is a realtor. Monique, we're coming to your area. We got to talk. We're going to Virginia Beach, and I want you to be involved somehow, some way. Give us a shout. Brian Stitzinger from Frisco, Texas is in the house. He's a realtor. Twyla Glenn, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, realtor. Jamie Yuzarski is in New Bern, North Carolina for your New Bern referrals. KW Broker. David Lessenberry is in Austin, Texas. He's a realtor. Carla Higgins is in Indianapolis, Indiana, is a realtor. She's a realtor. Alicia Pless is in Spartanburg, South Carolina. She's a realtor. Dave Larson's in Mesa, Arizona, a realtor. Simi Kerr is in Seattle, Washington, a real estate agent. Nathan Sneeg is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, real estate agent. Johanna Navarez is a realtor in Austin, Texas. Hi, Joe. She's currently in Chicago, but she's a realtor in Austin, Texas. Laura Inglesby is a realtor in Central Texas as well. And oh my gosh, there's so many of you typing. Pam Jones is in Zionsville, Indiana. She is a realtor. Amy Schrader's in the house from Morristown, Tennessee, realtor. Kath is a Tulsa realtor. My name is Carolyn Cardoza, and I'm a broker associate from California. Vika Tansura is in the house from Austin, Texas. Victoria is a realtor. Karen McGavin is a realtor in Northern Virginia. Karen, I think we're coming to your area as well. Yvette Allen is in San Antonio. She's a broker. Nikki Warren is in Georgetown, Texas, realtor. Alex is a real estate, Alexia is a real estate consultant in San Diego. Bonnie Molinik's in the house from Cartersville, Georgia. Bonnie, you are going to love this. You are going to love this. This is a small tweak on what you're already doing. Yahira Martinez is in the house. Chad Dempsey's here from Bedford, New Hampshire, real estate expert. Austin, Texas is where Yahira Martinez is from. Torrance, California's insurance agent, Gary Adams, in the house. Veronica Jarvis is in Austin, Texas. She's a realtor. I love it. Jamie Yuzarski says, when is Virginia Beach? That is a good question. When is Virginia Beach? It is, that's a Mandy question. Mandy, you're going to have to help me answer that one. Nate Sneak, Gary Mesnick's in the house from real estate agent from Marietta, Georgia. Alicia Taco Hooper is serving Central Texas in real estate. Hi, Alicia. And Barbara Alcamo is a broker associate in Houston, Texas. Diana Cox is in Nashville, Tennessee. John Davies is a realtor in Pittsburgh. And Virginia Beach is September 20th, by the way. September, no, does that sound right? That's not right. I don't think that's right, Monique. I don't think so anyway. Is that the third Thursday? You know what? Mandy's going to have to answer that one. So we have booked quite a few things recently. And by the way, do you want me to come to your area and speak? Would you like me to come to your area and speak? If so, send an email to Mandy@referco.com, MANDY at REFERCO referco.com, and we'll see what we can do. I'd love to speak. So let's keep going here. And a couple things that I want you to know about Event Mastery today. First and foremost is it is brought to you by a couple of our sponsors. One of our sponsors is referralspodcast.com. Do me a favor and check out referralspodcast.com. We just launched it a year ago. It's number one in the new and noteworthy category, which we will fall off of that this month because once you hit a year, you're no longer new, according to them. Please subscribe at iTunes and then also rate and review. Please share referralspodcast.com. There is an amazing free download with every episode. Yes, it's free. Not only do you get the free download with every episode, but you actually get to download every download with every episode. So we have 52 downloads coming up on 52 downloads. You will actually get all 52 downloads. So it actually accumulates on itself, which is a really cool perk with Referrals Podcast. So check it out. Here's the other thing I want you to know about Referrals Podcast. We want you on Referrals Podcast. And in fact, we have a podcast that's coming out in about 6 weeks that is someone who took Event Mastery class, did very well with it, and they are talking about their experience with their event and how they got referrals at their very first ever event. They got referrals. We have people that have come to us that they've done events for 12 years. And they say, yeah, I'm sure we get referrals from it, but they've never had a documented referral on paper from their events in 12 years. And the first event they do with us, they get documented referrals. And we have people who the very first event they ever do walk out with 6 to 8 documented referrals. So do me a favor, check out referralspodcast.com. If you want to be on referralspodcast.com, implement during these sessions, and you will be on referralspodcast.com. Another sponsor for our program is referralsmagazine.com. Check out referralsmagazine.com. It's $20 to subscribe for the whole year, right? You can subscribe for 1 month. If you want 1 month's issue, it's like $7, or you can get the whole year for $19.99. Another thing on Referrals Magazine is that we want you to subscribe today, but we want you to aspire to be on the cover tomorrow. And that is the way our magazine works, is that you will get the magazine, read the article, and then when you implement, we will put you on the cover of Referrals Magazine. We are always looking for people who have implemented a strategy that got referrals, and we want to feature, profile you. Real people, not me on the cover, but real people getting real results, doing it the right way. And so we want you on the cover. So the first way to get on the cover is to subscribe today, implement the strategy, tell us what you did, and then we'll profile you, right? It's just that simple. Now, today is going to go really fast. If you don't like it really fast, then I'm sorry. You can go back and listen to the recording in 75% speed. I'm just kidding. But in all reality, I'm going to go pretty fast today. The nice thing about it is these are recorded, so you can come back and review it on your own convenience. Today is very simple. Today is an overview of what we're going to cover, and we're going to cover 3 things about Event Mastery. Number 1 is commit. Number 2 is communicate. And number 3 is choose. So your 3 things that you need to do this week are commit, communicate, and choose. Now, put these on your schedule ASAP. We go Mondays and Fridays. Why? All the research indicates that you should take your trainings, do your coaching on Mondays or Tuesday at the latest. And then you should have an accountability session on Fridays. So guess what we do? We teach on Mondays or Tuesday in one case, and we do accountability on Fridays. It's really that simple. That's why people love our classes, is because it's very simple and it's also very research based. So August 5th, today we're going to talk about planning and how to plan an event and how to really make sure that you are planning to, it's like preparing, right? The thing to do is too often we have something occur where, it's too late to prepare when the opportunity presents itself. So what we have to do is we have to prepare for the opportunity before it happens. And we're going to talk about how do we maximize planning, right? This is event mastery class. August 12th, we're going to talk about the invitations, right? How to maximize invitations, what you're going to do around invitations, how you're going to do invitations, how you're not going to do invitations. And then the Friday accountability. And then August 19th, is call, right? We're going to talk about how do you maximize the phone call to get more people to your event. It's the most leverageable, scalable part of this is phone calls to invite. And then August 26th, we're going to talk about what to write, where to write, how to write, and how to write rightly, right? And how to do the right thing when you're writing. And then Tuesday, September 3rd, please notice that's a change. That September 2nd is Labor Day. So we were on for Tuesday at 12:30, September 3rd. We will not have, because we have lenders in our class, we have insurance agents in the class, we have bankers in the class, we have lender, so on and so forth. So Labor Day is a day off, and so we're on Tuesday. September 9th is your event. So you need to be looking to put your event in that week of September 9th through the 13th. So, what event makes sense for your area, September 9th through the 13th? And then September 16th is what do you do after the event? And we're going to talk about follow-up mastery and how to follow up to maximize your referrals. And then your last class will be September 20th. Please notice how nicely this fits into August and September, which for many realtors especially and lenders, anybody in the real estate world, August and September are what we kind of call the game-changing months. These are the perfect months to do an event because it tends to be a little bit slower with the back to school. And then all of a sudden, kind of people can come out of the woodwork. And what we're hoping is they come out of the woodwork for you, with you. But if you don't talk to them, they will work with whoever the listing agent is, or they will work with someone else. And this is a big, this is how to have your best fourth quarter ever, is to follow this system August and September. That was the format. That's why we're doing this. We have a lot of catalysts in here from our coaching program. And so there you go. All right, Fridays. Put Fridays on your schedule, 12:30 to 1:30. It's accountability and questions day. Every Friday, we will have guests who have had events like you are having, who will present on their event and also answer questions. You will also be held accountable for doing the activities that we talked about on Mondays or Tuesday. Here's the thing. Commit to this system, right? Commit to this, like no matter what. Dedicate yourself to doing this at an excellence level, not perfection, right? And give this the time, energy, and effort. And that's the thing is like I know Bonnie Molinex, right? I know what she's going to do. She's going to be an expert at this in 8 weeks, right? By the end of this, she's going to be an expert. Bonnie is, because that's what really smart high producers do, is they become an expert very quickly. So what they do is they consume and immerse themselves in the material to the point where they are an expert. And then guess what? The rest of their life is just maintenance on that subject. Whereas some people never actually learn the subject or topic. They never get to that point because they did not immerse themselves. So immerse yourself into this class. Now, what I'd like you to do is I want you to tell me, are you in 100%? If you're in 100%, I want you to put 100% in the questions box. Go. Who's in 100? Dave Larson's in 100%. Yvette Allen's in 100%. Monique's in 100%. Okay. You're typing so fast that, how do you type the percent sign so fast? You guys are amazing, right? Some of you just said, forget the percent sign. I can type 100 really fast, so they typed 100, right? Some of you just skipped the whole zero thing, and you're like, the ones are right here. I'll just type 111%. Actually, you didn't even type percent. You typed 111. I love it. That's fast. All right. So here's the deal. All of you get a bonus gift worth $497. Yep, that's right. You get a call with a certified referral coach who has been trained on events. But I'm going to tell you something. And here's the beauty of showing up for the first session is, if you didn't show up for the first session and you are now listening to the recording, I'm going to tell you something. Your scheduled call is probably down the road. So if you go to callwithcoach.com right now, you can schedule your bonus strategy call right now. It's private and confidential. It is live and in person. It's not a recording or anything like that. It is a referral strategy call. So you're going to talk about these events and how do you get referrals from them. And then here's the thing, because it has to be, it's first come, first serve. You can sign up now, or guess what? You're going to end up 60 plus days from now. And then that's the warning. I just, I'm warning you right now. And some of you are going to try to email us and complain, I couldn't get my call, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, make it happen. Get it scheduled right now. All right. All of you have the Event Mastery Action Guide. This is my baby. It has taken me literally 3 years to put together this Event Mastery book. And here's my suggestion, because you're going to be working in this for 8 weeks. Go to Kinko's or send this to Kinko's, or for some of you, do it in your office. Print it, bind it, and use this binder, right? What is that, spiral bind? And then use it, write in it. Give me suggestions as well. If there's anything that you would suggest changing, let us know. We change it for every class. We change it for every class. So print it and bind it. You might think, oh, I can get by with writing my notes, or I can get by with, don't get by in this class at all. Master it. It's Event Mastery. Any questions on the book? The coach website is callwithcoach.com. Callwithcoach.com. Mandy will post in the chat window where, if you're having any trouble with getting the book, she will let you know on the book, right? So Mandy's working on that. All right. Now, next, I know I'm going fast, and there's a reason for it. I've got a lot of material to get through, and you can listen to the recording if you need to. So week 1 or session 1 is all about planning. For many of you, you know that I'm a big planner. And in fact, that's why you take my classes a lot of times, is because I've tried to think of everything. And then I implement it, and then I think on it even more, and then I implement it again and think on it even more. So hopefully I think this is what you're hoping, is that I've thought of as much as possible so that you don't have to think as much and you can just do and go. And that's the truth. So what we're going to talk about today is who wants to be a millionaire? There's a strategy within the 7L system called the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire strategy. I'm going to explain that. We're going to talk about phone calls. We're going to talk about choosing an event. Like, what is your event going to be in September 10th, September 11th, September 12th, September 13th? You could have a Friday the 13th event, right? Because it is September 13th. Name your event, choose a place for your event, choose what you'll use for invitations, how will you take RSVPs, and then the last thing we're going to talk about today is communicating with sponsors. As you can tell, we are covering a lot of stuff, but the thing is most of it is very literal and simple, and I'm gonna really give you good guidelines for doing each of these, right? So here we go. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Straight out of Zig Ziglar, one of my 3 mentors. My mentors were my father, Patrick Day Mayer, Howard Brinton, and also Zig Ziglar. And unfortunately, all three are no longer with us. But one of the things that Zig said that always hit me upside the head is failing to plan is planning to fail. And I don't plan to fail. In fact, I hate to fail, though I do it a lot. I cannot fail, and yet I do all the time. You know what I mean? But what I'm not going to do is fail to plan. I'm a planner. I just got through coaching at the All-American Games for baseball, and nobody had a plan like I had a plan. Like, you know, I literally had a spreadsheet with every kid's position, every inning of the tournament. And every kid on my team played a lot, right? And every kid played their favorite position a lot. It was all planned out. If you're trying to react to that, what happens is somebody gets left out or it doesn't work out. So what we need to do is make sure that we are planning. And the other part of this too is, you know, all right, so respect the plan and respect that this class is a game changer. You've done classes. You've done things like this before, right? In fact, I want to make sure that you know that, look at this. Hopefully this doesn't turn out bad. I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to share my screen there, right? Can you see my green screen behind me, right? So this is live. I am dedicating myself to you. You like my logo, right? That's the Referco logo. And it's one of those, so I'm going to turn this off because it takes a bunch of bandwidth, but like, right? Just say hi if you can see me, right? So I'm going to turn that off for now just because of the bandwidth that it takes, but I want you to know I'm a real live person. And I am here 100% to make this a success. But the thing is I need you to commit too. Could you imagine if, like, during the fourth session, I just said, you know what, I'm not going to show up anymore? What would you say to that, right? Would you be happy with that? You would not be happy with that. And here's the thing, if you don't show up for the fourth session, I'm not going to be happy with that either. If you don't show up for the second session, I'm not going to be happy. There's people who didn't even show up for the first freaking session. That doesn't make me happy. I mean, can I worry about it? Do I have control over it? No. But the thing is people don't realize this is a game changer. So here's the thing, wherever you are, be there 100%. And just so you know, my audience view, I can actually see whether you're paying attention or not. And we're at 98%. 2% of you are looking, there you go, right? They got caught. Now there's 100% audience view. Thank you. So commit, no matter what. If you are committed to attending all of our sessions and you are committed to implementing at least one thing from all sessions, I want you to put NMW in the questions box. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what, right? I love it. So what you've said so far is that you are in 100% no matter what. That's what you said. That's what you committed to. Now, if you didn't type in 100% or no matter what, then you need to just really get some reflection going, right? How committed are you to your business? How committed are you to your business, right? Are you 100% committed that real estate's going to work for you? I am, right? Are you 100% committed to lending? Are you 100% committed to insurance? Are you committed 100% to your business? Here, and the thing is, you're like, well, you know, it's been a rough year or whatever it may be. But here's what I want you to do. You can do it, first of all. I want you to know whatever your business is, you can do it. There was a reason that motivated you to get into what you're doing. Commit for 2 months. Commit for August and September and see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, then maybe you go a different direction. But just right now, say, you know what? I'm going to dedicate myself to real estate each and every day, or at least 6 days out of a week, to real estate or lending or insurance, right? 100% committed, no matter what. Because here's what I've discovered in life is that nothing happens without a commitment, right? Some of you are already giving me like little excuses, right? It's like, no matter what, except this day, right? Which I get it, but that means you're going to listen to the recording when you're back, right? Those of you that wrote me those really nice messages, okay? All right, right to the content. Take some notes on this, please. This is important, and this is the number one thing I forgot when I was first doing this 20 years ago. I wish I would have known this 20 years ago, that you can actually get help. You know, I was really good at helping. I was not very good at getting help. How many of you can relate to that? How many of you are really good at helping and you're in recovery or you're in, yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? So we need to ask for help. So one of the things that you're going to get from this class is the ability to ask for help. How much is that worth? A lot, yeah, millions, everything, yeah. So here's the thing. I want you to quickly jot down the people who can help you, who it would be great for them to help you, and those that will help you. So the first thing is think of the staff, right? Do you have people on your team? You know, do you have an assistant? Do you have an operations coordinator? Do you have a transaction coordinator? Whoever happens to work with you, then they can help you. And then also is, what about the staff at the office or the staff at corporate? Are there other people who might help you? You know, do you have a marketing coordinator who works at corporate? So let's say I work for Fairway or Movement Mortgage, and I have, you know, me, myself, and a couple other people on my quote unquote team. And then you're like, all right, well, what about going to the marketing person at Fairway or Movement or whatever other big mortgage company and leveraging their talents? Could they help you? The answer is yes. Do you have a friend who likes to throw parties, like the amateur party planner, though they're actually should be a professional because they're so good? So that's somebody who has someone like that. Who has a friend that is just an amazing party planner? Anybody have someone like that? Yeah, a lot of you do. That's easy. That's what's so cool is you're like, hey, will you help me plan this party? They're like, yay, yes. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, that's kind of the response I was hoping for, you know? Um, Here's the other thing about friends is, could friends help run the registration table at the event? Could they help you staff the event? If you're ended up doing a movie day, you know, if you end up doing a movie night or a movie event, then you're going to need help. Any of these events, you're going to need help. So ask for help. Do you have family? How many of you have sons or daughters that are teenagers and could help you? Just say yes in the questions box if that's you, right? Who has sons or daughters or family members who would help you? Your spouse maybe could help you. Here's the other thing. How many of you have friends who have teenagers? How many of you have friends who have kids who are at college learning technology or learning graphic design or learning any of the video editing? You know what I mean? So you need to make a list of these people who can help you. And this is not a list to like make a list and then throw it away. This becomes a really, and listen, this is a huge lesson, because this is a list that you're going to turn to again and again and again. The other thing that I want you to write down and I want you to work on this week is I don't want you to hire a professional event planner, a certified meeting professional. That's what CMP is. Make sure they are a certified meeting professional. But here's the thing, or a certified meeting planner, is find one. Like find one and find someone. The best events typically have a professional event planner, and people are so glad that they got one, right? So make sure that you have a professional event planner. I'm sorry, make sure that you locate one. You do not necessarily need to hire a professional event planner for this event, but you should have that as a resource, and you should interview them. What do you do? So one of the questions already is, should you compensate those that help out with events? How would you show appreciation for their generosity? So in many cases, like for all of us, like the helping is the compensation. That, so I think that for many people, the reason they help you is because of the value that you've already brought to their lives. They don't say yes to helping you because they're going to get paid. So my thought on that is that you don't necessarily need to pay people, but one of the things that I cover in the follow-up session is how to appreciate those who helped you. So at this point, you're just asking for their help and you hope they get into it. If they bring up money, then take them off your list at this point, unless they're a professional event planner. That's what they do. But you're going to find a lot of people who will help you for the sake of just helping. They like to help and they like to party. They like to go to parties. They like to do things like that. So they're going to be there to help you. All right, we're going to keep going. All right. Also, who will help you? I'm sorry, who will you help? So we're going to get help, but we're also going to help others. And this is a big one, is who is your favorite charity? Or what are some ideas for nonprofits that you could partner of? Think of things like coats, blankets, toys, food, pets, back to school, whatever it may be. Back to school is a good one. So you tell me right now, like, what charity are you going to partner with at your event? Or what is your favorite charity? Or is there a certain group of people that you really like to help? Some people love to help children, right? Toys for Tots, homeless children, TLC, which is temporary lodging for children, St. Jude's, right? Then you've got, homeless, which is coats, rescue dogs, which could be blankets, pets of any kind, veterans, right? There's people who love to help the veterans, and the thing is the choice is yours. Yeah, summer meals for kids, love that. The area temporary shelter, the homeless shelter, love that, Brian. I mean, Amy. And then a local school or library, definitely. What about a cash fundraiser? I am not a fan of cash fundraisers. I'm just not. I would rather them bring something that they have around the house that they're not using. Cash is usually not one of those things. If they do have cash around the house that they're not using, then I worry about them, honestly. There you go. Can it be a Christian charity that offers support for families like Focus on a Family? So my thought, Alexia, is you don't always necessarily have to say what charity you're partnering with if you don't want to. You can do, all right, please bring blank for blank. So please bring blankets for dogs. See what I'm saying? Please bring toys for kids. Now, the toys don't have to go to Toys for Tots. The toys could be for Best Christmas Ever. Teachers, that is a great thing to, please bring, I almost said something bad. So, because I used to be a teacher, and there's a problem in the educational realm right now. And I almost So here's the thing, like the number one profession for alcoholism is doctors. I don't know if you knew that. The number two profession for alcoholism is educators, which is really sad. So it was one of those where I almost said, hey, you could do beer for teachers. And the teachers would appreciate it, but I don't want to perpetuate a problem, right? But the bottom line is you could do something for teachers, you could do something for veterans, you could do something for wounded warriors, you could do something for, you got what I'm saying here. Pets. All right, next. Sponsor partner list. This is important too. So the first thing we did is who can help us? The second thing we did is who will we help? So the third thing that we're going to do is, okay, who could help partner? Like, who does this help? Who does this event help? And we're going to quickly jot down professionals who would make great sponsors and or partners for your event. So if you're a realtor, it makes sense that you would partner with a lender, title company, insurance agents, attorneys, perhaps food, people who do food, right? Bar, grill, restaurant owners. If you're going to have food at your event, it would make sense that you would partner with a food place who maybe caters it for free for advertising or caters it for less for advertising. Warranty inspectors, alarm companies, sign companies, car dealerships, car salespeople. Listen, anybody who has a business and wants consumers is a potential sponsor for your event. If you're part of a networking group, they should all chip in for your event. Got it? So quickly jot down. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do this. I want you to write down who should partner on your event. Go. 30 seconds. It's going to seem like forever because it's going to be dead air, but go. I'll tell you, 30 seconds in the scheme of life, like, goes by really fast. But 30 seconds when you are waiting is it takes a long time. So anyway, that felt like forever to me, but I don't know if it felt like that. So here's the thing I want you to know. The first thing is, who did you think of for sponsors? So go ahead and in the questions box, tell me who you thought of for sponsors. So home warranty, lender, networking group, yeah, home inspector. Hey, Hortensia Marino, what who is in your networking group? Like what kind of companies are in your networking group? Let's see, sign company, inspection services, home inspector, septic company. Oh, that's a good one. Hey, Mandy, let's make sure that we add like the secondary ancillary services like septic, pool, pool repair, mud jacking, drywall, painters, things like that. We don't have that. I don't think we have that. And I know we had Glorioso Drywall used to be a big sponsor for us. We need to make sure we have that in there. Concrete companies. Chad Dempsey, thank you for the reminder. Mortgage company, insurance company, restaurant, stagers. Ooh, stagers is another one we need to add. Insurance, title, mortgage, insurance, CPA, yep, HVAC, plumbing, insurance, notary, my son's karate school, plus all the usuals on your slide. Sherry McGuire, on your son's karate school, they will be a sponsor, and the approach that you need to teach them is you need to teach them like a call to action. So the call to action is, a lot of people don't know, but even if you are not a client of the school, you can do your birthday party there. And they have the coolest, everybody walks out with a broken board, which is just so cool. You know, when they're 6 years old and they broke a board, they're, you know, they can write on it and all these. So I would suggest that your karate school, your son's karate school, like has something about have your birthday party at our school. Lender, title companies, potential restaurants, bar, title, lender, insurance inspector, title, local restaurants inspector, warranty company, restaurant owner, tax accountant, payroll company, love that. Massage therapist, carpet, yep, carpet cleaners and carpet company, carpet stores, retailers, attorney, bug guy, gotta have the bug guy. Exterminators, of course, interior designer. There is a place called, is it called Reddit? Is that what it's called? Where it, if you've got squirrels in your attic, you call them, right? Pool, house cleaning, painting, car wash, pet sitters, babysitter. Are you guys writing all this down? These are all potential sponsors for your event. Financial planners, of course, house cleaning. Oh, here we go. Pet sitters. There is a site called Rover, right? That where you can find someone who will watch your pet for you. We have used that already. Babysitters, finance guy, printing company, landscape company, photographer, videographer, chimney inspector, AAU basketball, AAU club soccer team, solar company, movers, write that down, movers, financial advisor, wealth management, car wash, handyman. You guys have charter schools, organizers, interior designers, printer, postal center, Kinko's, UPS store. They're competitive. You drive down, and handy women, of course. Thank you, David, for keeping me gender appropriate. If you drive down a strip mall or a retail center, you probably will see 5 people. How about a seamstress or a hairdresser or a nails place or a hairstylist or a embroiderer, screen printer? What is the name of the what am I thinking? Oh, a seamstress is the one who does the adjustments on your pants, right? What's that called? Tailors, alterations. Yes, there we go. All right, we're gonna keep going. Was that good? If that was good, just say yes. Let me just, yeah, thank you. Let me reemphasize something. How many of you get paid to prospect? How many of you get paid, like when you do your cold calling, somebody is paying you to do it? Anybody here? Like they're paying you $100 an hour or something? Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, so here, how would you like to make money making money? Ladies and gentlemen, the only system that I know of that's legal where you can make money making money is the 7L system. You are going to make money holding your event, and then you are going to get the referrals from your event and make more money from that. It is making money making money. You're going to have sponsors. who not only offset the cost of your event, you're going to make money because you're going to have more sponsors dollars than your event is going to cost you. And then you are going to generate referrals at that event using the 7L system, and you're going to make money making money. So there you go. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, now there is a really intimidating sheet in your workbook, in your action guide. And ideally, you'll make a list of the 150 people who you're going to invite, right? If it ends up 75 or 100 or 119, it's all good. But the thing is I want you to start your list of who you're going to invite. Who are you going to invite? And then I want you to make sure that you take out your phone. And what people have discovered is that there are different people in their phone than there are in their database. So your phone is usually more current than your database. I hate to say that, and I hate to think it, but it's the truth. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you create a list of people that you're going to invite, one way or another, Excel, somewhere like that. But here's what I want you to do in your phone. I want you to go to your phone. I want you to go to your contacts. And then I want you to hit the number sign or hit the Z on your right side. And I want you to scan all the way down. How many contacts do you have in your phone? Type it in the questions box. How many contacts do you have? So Monique has 438. Janet has 314, right? Laura, it says 581. 787 with some multiples, I get it. 1304, Yvette, 331, Diana, 1370, 2881, that's a lot. 1409 with Tara Lopez, 1296 with Bonnie Mullenix, Kath Williams, 1445, 1253. So there should not be 1700-ish, Sherry McGuire. It should give you an exact number. Lisa Wonder has 7,996. So getting it down to 150 should be it. Good. So the bottom line is everybody here has more than 150. So don't tell me your database is too small to do an event. Your database is perfectly sized to do an event, whether it's 10,000 or 100. Alexia, listen, don't worry about title, lender, and escrow if they tell you that. First of all, you're going to find people who will partner with you on an event. They cannot offer financial help for client appreciation events, which I'm going to talk about in a second. What they can do is they can offer financial help for appreciation events or community events. And what we're doing is community events, which I'll talk about in a second. All right, there we go. Choose. All right, you're going to choose the type of event. You're going to choose the venue and location of your event. You're going to choose the date, right? What is the date of your event? Which could be Labor Day week. So, nice one is September 12th, September 13th. You're going to do your RSVP method. How are they going to RSVP? Are you going to take it by paper? Are you going to use Excel? How are you going to keep track of people? You need to decide that right now. You need to choose the type of event over this week. You don't need to choose it right now. You need to choose where you're going to do it. You need to choose the exact date, maybe at the 12th, maybe at the 13th. You could do something around Friday the 13th. You need to choose who is the first person you're going to invite or talk to about this event. You need to choose the charity and sponsors you want, and then you need to choose your door prize ideas, okay? All right, how do we decide which type of an event? I'm going to give you a couple of slides here about how to decide what kind of an event to host. So you're going to look, or you're going to think about the top people you know, right? Your VIP, and honestly, this is easier. You don't even need to go to 100 for sure. Just think about the top 10. Like what, in looking at your top 10, and I want you to think about your database and honestly think about yourself, but would your friends, I'm not just talking about your clients, but think about your friends and clients, would they most likely attend and enjoy a business-like board of advisors, lunch or dinner with about 12 to 15 people, a casual happy hour, a rally around a cause like a charity-minded group, a nice group dinner, a network meeting or mastermind, or networking in general, or a wine and cheese? What is your first choice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? 3, yeah. So Diana has a lot of really charity-minded people, and Sherry McGuire's is like a dinner, right? And then wine and cheese for many of you. A rally around a cause is on there. A casual happy hour, right? So a lot of you around the casual happy hour. Now, the other thing on this is, yeah, so Pam Jones, you already went to my second question, is what's your number 2, right? If you had a number 2, so let's say number 2 was your number 1, a casual happy hour, what would be number 2? Would it be 3? Would it be 6? Would it be 5? Right? Sometimes it's a 5, right? What is a networking group? Sometimes it's a casual happy hour anyway, right? Barbara, that's what I'm talking. Barbara Alcamo is like, I'm not sure what event. Now, all of a sudden, it's clicking for her. She says, I'm going to do a wine and cheese with someone talking about how to pair wine and cheese. I love that. Yvette, we believe that there's 3 aspects to an event. It should be entertaining, it should educate, and it should have a charitable aspect. So educating, if it's only about educating, then I think that you're going to lose some people. I think it has to be fun first, and then the education becomes part of it. I have to tell you, I love the wine and cheese with the education of how to pair wine and cheese, or education about wine, like a wine tasting. Love that. For those of you that have the wine and cheese crew, right? What is wine and cheese? It's an upscale happy hour. That's all it is. Sherry McGuire, you'll get more. We'll talk more about the benefits for the sponsor, but the biggest thing is they're going to be, exposed. You're going to champion them in front of people who love you, right? You're going to endorse them. You're going to help them get clients, and trust me on this. By the end of this, sponsors will be lining up at your door to sponsor your event. All right. The Top Yap Yearly Ambassador Plan. So we're going to talk about your ambassador. So here's the thing about naming, right? Please notice that none of these are named Client Appreciation Event. Do me a favor, write down, never ever use the word Client Appreciation Event or Client Appreciation Party for your event. You need to create something that is uniquely you, or is along the lines of, along the lines of you, and is I'll give you an example. Spring Fest, Summer Fest, Fall Fest. Really good. Spring Palooza, Summer Palooza, and Fall Palooza. That would be a really good title for your event. Something around Wind Down Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, First Fridays. Something is, do not call your event a client appreciation event. There's a lot of reasons to not do that, but one is we don't want people who aren't clients to feel like they're excluded. That's a big one. But the other thing too is that anybody can sponsor a community event we have to be careful in the real estate world for a title company to sponsor a client appreciation event. But if it's a community event, which is what we're talking about here, then anybody can sponsor it. Title, lender, warranty, everybody, because it is it's open to everyone. If it's only open to clients, then we have an issue with RESPA. Got it? That is a huge aha for a lot of people who take Event Mastery. All right, so notice that I gave you, I'm going to go back a couple real quick. I gave you 6 ideas. You should really have 2 or 3 in your head right now. 2 or 3. Wine and cheese, networking, casual happy hour. Charity minded, casual happy hour, wine and cheese. Whatever it may be. You need to have 2 or 3 in your head. Got it? Now, how do you decide which type of event to host? Well, that's a great question. How many of you have ever heard of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? This is the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire strategy, and we will be done in the next 6 minutes, just so you know. Use your lifeline to make millions. Remember in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, if you didn't know the answer, you could use 3 lifelines. Now, this is how you build $1 million database, right? Who wants to be a millionaire? Right? You do. So guess what? We need to implement the strategies of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Number 1 is we need to narrow the choices down. So here's the thing we don't want to do is we don't want to call our database and say, hey, you know what? I think I'm doing an event. What should I do? It's too open. It's too generic. It's too confusing. So what we need to do is we need to say, hey, listen, I'm looking to do a happy hour, or I'm looking to do like an I love you latte, which is coffee after hours, right? So it's either going to be alcohol after hours, or it's going to be coffee like 3 to 5 p.m., right? And see what they say. You need to narrow the choices down to 2 or 3 at the most. 3 is the most. So you could say, I'm thinking about doing a wine and cheese, I'm thinking about doing a happy hour, and I'm thinking about doing like an afternoon coffee where I would just buy the coffee. What do you think? Right? And just ask their opinions. Now, you're going to next phone a friend. That's what this one is. Phone a friend. How about the cord? You know, kids are like, they don't even know what this is. You know, if they're 10 years old, ask them what is, okay, anyway. So call 10 to 15 friends and ask which they prefer. Now, what's really going on here is that when you ask for their opinion, they not only give you their opinion, they give you their buy-in to helping with the event. They are going to attend the event, most likely, and they are going to help you with the event. They're going to help you get people. It's amazing how much they will help you. Now, then, for those of you that have databases and CRMs or Facebook, we're going to poll the audience. You're going to say, here are the 3 things that I'm looking to do. Which should I do? You can just ask your friends and say, I'm looking to do a Thirsty Thursday, something Friday, you know, First Friday, or a Fantastic Friday, or a Family Friday, or a whatever it may be. And you're going to poll the audience. You're going to ask the people that you know. Any questions on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire strategy? The steps are narrow down your choices to a couple of options, right? 50-50. You know, you have multiple choice answers. There's 4 of them. And on the show, they narrow it down to 2. So you kind of have a 50-50. Even if you guessed or flipped a coin, it would be that one, right? And then the next one is you're going to call 10 to 15 friends and ask which of the 2 they prefer. And then you're going to poll your audience, right? Questions on that? All right, we're going to keep rolling. Audience view is 100%. Thank you, everybody, for rocking this session. I know these sessions go really fast, but thank you for hanging with me. The guaranteed response voicemail. So you might call or phone a friend and they don't answer. You might feel the urge to tell them what you're thinking. Don't do that. What you really want to do is get them to call you back. This is the guaranteed response voicemail. This is how you get people to call you back. This is what I would leave. So Denise, let's say I have Denise in mind, and I really want Denise to come to my event. And honestly, I don't care if it's coffee, beer, or wine. I don't care. I just want to hang out, you know? So here's what I would say. Hey, Denise, this is Michael J. Mayer at the Kansas City Home Team. Can you give me a quick call when you get this? I just had a couple of quick specific questions just for you. Hey, I promise not to take more than a minute or two. Just give me a call you got my number. It's not an emergency, but it is timely, and I'd love to speak with you today. Hey, give me a shout on the phone number that you have for me. Also, if somebody else happens to answer my phone, just let them know that I wanted to speak with you today. Thank you. Hey, you've got my number, or just hit call back. Talk to you soon. Click. That's it. You might want to take a screenshot of that or take a picture of the screen right now. This works for anything. So if you have internet leads that you have not talked to for a while, but they put a phone number in there, leave this voicemail for them. When they don't know your number, it's going to go to voicemail. Wouldn't it be great if they called you back? This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Oh, sorry. All right. Food for thought for the next time is I want you to imagine for a second that you're doing a movie event. And it seats only 25. Your homework for this week is, who would you invite if you had a movie theater that was free, right? It's free. And you are able to invite 25 of your friends to this event. Who are you going to invite? I want you to make that list. Make that list. That's your job this week. Now, we're gonna keep stretching this, right? The manager says, hey, we've got 25 more seats. Who are your next 25? Now they open up 25 more seats. They've got a 75-person movie theater they want you to fill. And then manager opens up another 25 seats. This is harder than you think, right? This is harder than you think. But the rule of 25 is very powerful. You should know your database segments in 25. It is amazing what happens when you start to break this down into groups of 25. I mean, amazing. What will be amazing is how many referrals you get from this top 50. Trust me on this. But your job this week is make your top 25 invitation list. Okay. All right. So we've done an overview of Event Mastery class. You've committed. You now know how to communicate, and you are choosing this week on who, what, when, where, how much. And the truth is, you need to get started. You don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started to be great. Get your event and call night on the calendar. We'll talk more about call nights next time. Fill out the Event Mastery Action Guide, commit, put times in your schedule. You're going to communicate. Call 10 people with the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire strategy. So you're going to call them and just say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about doing an event. Here's a couple of thoughts I had. And here's the other thing you could do. You could say, I'm thinking about doing it on Thursday the 12th, and I'm thinking about doing it on Friday the 13th. Do you think people would freak out about Friday the 13th? We could even do a Freaky Friday event, right? Freaky Friday, which if you do a trunk or treat, or you do a Halloween, or you do a pumpkin patch, Freaky Friday on September 13th would make a lot of sense, right? And then you could invite them to your trunk or treat, or your egg haunt, or your pumpkin patch. See where I'm going with this? All right, you're going to choose the details for your event. If you are not a member of the Event Mastery Class Facebook group, you're missing out. The greatest people in the world. And here's the other thing. The people who have been in Event Mastery Class the last 2 times are still in that group. So they can help you. They can participate. They're there to answer questions. I'm there to answer questions. That's how I communicate, is the Facebook group. And then start to work on your top list. And you do not have to have 50. You just need to start with 25. You need to get your first 25 going for this event. All right, let me go back one. Questions. I have time for 2 questions. What questions do you have? Barbara Alcamo, Mandy@referco.com. The action guide is in the members area for event mastery class. Lisa Wonder, I will not keep singing. Lamar Lawrence, typical budget. Think about around $500, but honestly, your conversations with your sponsors will tell you a lot about your budget. Right now, plan it like, what do you want to do? That, Lamar, that's a really good point. Listen, everybody, plan it like, what do you want to do? What would be really fun? You might want, here's the thing. Maybe you just want to buy drinks for your friends, and you're willing to pay for their first drink, and that's it. That's your event. Okay, that's a start. Sherry McGuire, you are not going to reach out to sponsors with an email, right? Read 7L again, right? Right. The way you're going to reach out to sponsors is by phone. I mean, here's the thing. Are you selling, convincing, or influencing? If you are, we need to do it by phone, at an event, or one-on-one in person, right? All good. Listen, I'm not yelling at you. I love you. I love this class. I love that I've seen your future, all of your future. And at the end of this, the future is referrals. The action guide is in the members area. It's in the event mastery class members area. So Mandy will help you with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap. Event mastery class, the first one is under your belt. You only have 6 more to go other than the accountability sessions. So great job. Way to make it here today. Thank you for your attendance. And listen, you can party your way to success. You can do this. This is how to win the battle, right? Win the war, truly win the war. And in our war, the only one who makes any money is the winner. I mean, that's it. There's no place or show in real estate or lending. You know, that one client has one house and they're going to buy it, and that's it. So guess what? You can win the war, but you can enjoy the battle. It doesn't have to be a grind. You don't have to hate yourself. You don't have to stare at the phone hoping that it melts before you pick it up. All of the above. You can win the war, but enjoy the battle. This is a really fun way to generate a lot of referrals and a lot of business, and a lot of business for your sponsor partners. So have some fun with it, and we will see you next week on Event Mastery class. Make sure you're on Friday's accountability session, everyone. You're the best.